Hey, collective. Happy Saging of the Soul Sunday. Woo! We're back to our old shenanigans, doing laundry. Ugh. It's a beautiful Jerry day here in Columbus, Ohio. Which is okay. I'm doing laundry, and I thought we'd pull some cards to get some messages of clarity. I wanted to share with you a little bit of a download that I was getting yesterday, but I didn't tap fully into it because I always put little downloads on the shelf, and I'm like, okay, let's re-tap back into that when we are grounded in a stationary place, and not when we're frolicking out in the woods, because sometimes the downloads get so intense I need to, take a little nappy nap. So anyway, so the vision that I got, which was interesting, was that somebody took a microphone from you, metaphorically, if you will. I mean, maybe they did for real, but a microphone. Like, you are like, tap, 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 microphone check, and you just start doing your thing, right? You're trying to do your thing. This is early in your journey, right? It was like, not that you had rose-colored glasses on, but you may have been someone when you first started waking up, you're like all gung-ho about it. It was like the, what's it called? The honeymoon period. It was like the honeymoon period of spiritual awakening. And people, when you know, it's like, oh, everything's great, rainbows and butterflies. And then the shadow work comes, and then you start getting attacked and all those things, right? So, but you had this microphone, right? You were ready to go, right? You were ready to go. Somebody came and snatched that microphone, like, snatched it right from your ass, right? Like, I'm going to take this. They don't know what they're doing, right? And so they took this microphone from you, right? And this microphone taking could be spell work, binding work, lying on your name, stealing from you. Like, they're doing all these things, right, to trigger you to fit the narrative of what they've been spinning about you. They may have said that you were a drug addict or crazy, or that you were unstable, or that you were aggressive, or just, a plethora of false narratives. A lot of lies about you. And since then, they have been, and even before that, this is what you may not realize, that a lot of these individuals that have been coming against you, they were coming against you even before actually your awakening, to try to prevent the awakening from coming. They already started the narrative about you way, 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 way long time ago, right? A lot of them have already started the narrative. So when you did wake up and started speaking the truth, people would just brush you off and say you were crazy anyway. Like, oh, don't listen to nothing they're saying. They're loony, right? Because they've been fed these lies. They've been fed the soup of lies and deception and all these things about you, right? And regardless of how you responded to it, you still have the microphone. Well, then what happened is some of these individuals came and tried to take your microphone away from you, right? They're like, you know what? This person's crazy. They're nuts. They don't know what they're talking about, right? And so they took this microphone from you. And so then people were like, the flying monkeys and all these people, family members, friends, ex-coworkers were believing this shit. And so now they have their microphone, right? And everyone's like, they're waiting. They're like, oh, because this person's a false prophet. They're fake, right? They lied about everything. They probably stare into the fire and say they have visions. They're fucking lying, right? So they're like, really, all the audiences, all the flying monkeys, all the looky-loos are like, oh, this is going to be great right now. Now the real one has the microphone, right? And so they're like, is this microphone on? Check, check, check. They keep going. Microphone check, microphone check. When you see those people who try to do rap battles and I mean, not like I said they weren't good, but let's just say they're at a different level, right? And there's some high level people, right? Because I never like digging on anybody because, we all have to practice stuff. But those ones were like, the person's like, yeah. Yeah, and they're like trying to catch the beat. They're trying to figure out, because it's supposed to be a freestyle, what they're supposed to do, because when you're spiritual and magical, it's freestyle. It's just a channel message, right? And they're like, tap, tap, tap. Everyone's like, you've been tap, tap, tapping for a year now, lying about shit. So that was the download I got. So let's pull on this. You about to get your microphone back. And actually, even when they took your microphone from you, you just improvised. I know I can't sing, but that's what you did. You didn't care. You took a stick, you took a water bottle, you took whatever it was you had. You were still going to speak no matter what. So now it's coming back to you. What is it about these fucking weirdos? Took your microphone and now they don't even know what to do with it because they were false all along. People are starting to see that this was a fake person. That they were lying about all the magic they could do. They were lying about their gifts. They were lying about their abilities. They may have been kind of tapped in, but they didn't do the healing work, so they don't have the depth that you have. You've done the healing work. You've done the shadow work. You went and dug the roots out. You went below the roots, right? You went to the core of the earth to do your healing work. How did this get wet? That's what she said. Soul contracts and lessons. The people who trigger you most are often your greatest spiritual teachers. They may have been a spiritual, is my quotes, my 3-finger quotes. They may have been your spiritual teacher at one point, or someone you looked up to, or a mentor, but now you're recognizing that this person was just a karmic. This person, you may have had a spiritual contract with them, but it wasn't for the reason you thought. It wasn't to, it was kind of to learn from them, but it was kind to see your, it was kind of to see your power within you. You may have been around individuals that were, you know, rocking this spiritual lifestyle or religious lifestyle, right? And you uncovered that they were false and phony and fake as fuck. And now you realize that it was just a contract, right? To not place people on pedestals, that you are your own pedestal. You are God. You have God within you. We all have the God within us. If take what resonates, the universe within us. We're made of stardust. So you're realizing that this was actually a lesson for you to learn. And even though in the beginning it may have been painful to see who followed this person, who believed the narrative, but you're stronger. And it sounds like, oh, now you're stronger now because of it. You are, right? You have greater insight now. What else is about these people? Spirit, show me. Oh, they're just flying. The stories we tell ourselves. Stories we tell ourselves. Are you narrating your life through a lens of limitation or empowerment? This is the stories they've been telling ourselves. That this is what the ops, if you will, have been saying about you. Like, they really believe this narrative about you. They really believe the lies that they've been telling. And they have to. They can't backpedal now. Because there's too many people who are watching them. There's too many people that followed them. They probably didn't even know you that well or care to know you. A lot of people say this all the time. When people want to believe negative things about you without even coming to you, they wanted to believe it anyway. They didn't like your ass in the beginning anyway, right? They fit their own needs not to like your ass. And now the tables are turning, right? And this person, the stories that they've been telling themselves will come back to bite them. Some of these people are waking up. Some of these people are waking up and recognizing that they were actually under a mass illusion, that they were glamorized. People glamorize them to believe these false narratives about you. These people are waking up. The more you're taking the microphone back and just speaking your truth like you always been, you ain't showboating it like, told you so, told you so, told you so. I mean, deep down, you probably want to do that, but you don't, right? You talk to spirit and your universe about it like you're like, I can't get my ego. Because you're very humble. You're very humble, Spirit said. Spirit said, probably a little bit too humble sometimes. Sometimes you need to pop off and show out. But a lot of times you don't. You may be also understanding the pain that this person has went through their entire life, and this is why they've done what they've done. Regardless, they're still going to get karma. But this narrative about you is not holding up anymore. People are starting to release their judgment about you. This is releasing judgment. Do not fear your darkness. You are not good or bad. You are human and evolving, right? And this is also a reminder, too, just because people come back in and apologize doesn't mean you have to let them back in. You can accept their apology, hear what they have to say. It'll be like, I know, a confirmation for you. Like, they're going to say, hey, this is what happened. I shouldn't have believed them. I followed the narrative. They're not going to tell you the whole thing, what they did, how they participated in a lot of the work, what was done against you. Regardless, they're going to come in and apologize to you. This is also a lesson for you, as well, is to remain steadfast in your walk. Not to judge them for it, right? How many times in our own personal lives, seriously, before we woke up, were we placed under illusions? The illusions of the government, the illusions of the world, the illusion of separation, the illusion of us versus them. And we followed it a lot of times until we woke up. We truly woke up and realized there is no division, but the division of the mind and the consciousness. That's the only division. And we create that division. There is no division. But that's what's been placed upon us. So you may be recognizing that, there were times, and if not, this is a good thing. I've said this to myself. There were times in my life when I was not in the right mindset and the right energy, and I was under false pretenses of people, and I had false beliefs about people as well, because I didn't do my own healing work. Now, just because you have these realizations about people doesn't mean you have to take them back. Remember, it's all growth for you. It's all for your highest, greatest good. It's not about them. It's about you. I hope you're healthy and happy, full of joy. I truly do. Microphone check. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm. Have an amazing Sunday.